G'day, Andrew again for my weekly update while in quarantine. Stay at home, stay safe, shelter in place, whatever the thing's called for you. Um, so this week's been a good week. I've had some time, vacation time, and I've got some more vacation time right now. So uh, I've actually been enjoying just timing out and uh, catching up on a few different things. What I was hoping to do was catch up on sleep, but I haven't actually been sleeping very well. I'm not really sure why. Hoping that tonight I might be able to sleep better. See how we go. But anyway, this week, what have I done? What have I done? I have been trying to get through my list that I keep, uh, on my phone and other places in the back of my mind, really. Well, that was a little close. Sorry. Um, so basically, I'm trying to read. I'm trying to play games, board games, and video games. Catch up on my TV, work out, spend time with Ed, and paint. And last week, I basically said the same things I've been trying to do for the last couple of weeks, and the one thing I hadn't started was painting. So I really wanted to make sure I did that this week. And so I have. And so I wanted to show you, I decided instead of those more complex models, as I mentioned last week, I thought I might start with something a bit simpler. These miniatures are from a game that just arrived on Kickstarter that I backed a long time ago. And they are, let me see if it'll focus on that. How do they do it? There you go, like that. It just focuses on my hand. Okay, there we go. They're from a game called Starcadia Quest. Haven't played it yet, but it looks fun. Read through the rules, and I think it's pretty straightforward. But one thing you'll notice about these is they're caricatures, and that means that theoretically they're probably a little easier to paint. So they start out like this, grey. The first thing you do is you paint them with an undercoat, a primer, and there's a few different options. I used to, when I first started painting a long, long time ago, I would prime everything with white, and then I learned that it's actually better to prime everything with black if you're going to choose one of the extremes, because the color saturation can be a lot better that way. It might mean that you need to do multiple coats of something, but you're going to end up with a better result. If you know that your miniature is going to have a particular color palette, you can go for a specific primer. And I know some painters actually just do that and say, hey, my miniature is going to be military green. I'm going to prime the whole thing military green, and then only need to update the other colors that I want to add to that. And that's okay, but for me, I like, I only paint so infrequently that I want to just have fun with it, and so I don't really know exactly what colors I'm gonna really end up with until I'm done. So this is one that I'm painting right now. It's a little alien girl with a purpley, light purple skin tone and fur. And so this is just after one coat, and you can see the black primer, which allows the other colors to stick onto the miniature better, and then the purple on all the exposed skin areas, including the ears, and you'll see the black through that. And after a second coat or a third coat, this ear here, actually on the back, I did the second coat already just for this video, and I'll probably do a third coat as well. You can see there's some roughness in that. That's actually the miniature, not the paint. So here's that one. Here's another one that's kind of like in the same state. Second coat on that one, and it just probably needs to do one more coat. It's a pink alien, so different skin tone. Looking forward to doing these. Ed picked these two for her characters when we eventually play this game, so I wanted to get them painted if I could. she probably could have picked simpler, easier miniatures for me, but we'll see how we go. I haven't painted for a long time, and before that I hadn't painted for even longer. So I'm well and truly out of practice, and definitely don't consider myself, even a practiced amateur painter at the moment. So, you know, this is kind of where I'm at with this guy. He is, again, trying to do this, see if this works. He's basically based on Blade, and I'm probably about, I don't know, 2/3 of the way through this guy. He's got like a blue leather coat on. I'm gonna make his visor like a brassy, goldy color, maybe like rose gold, I guess, to just have some color there. So that's why some of that looks patchy right now. That's just undercoating to get that into sort of the place. But then the one I'm pretty much done on, I was going to do some highlighting, but I think just because of this particular style of miniature and painting, I'm kind of just happy with the way this one is looking right now. As I said, I'm not trying to sell these or anything. This is just for us to play with and have some fun with this game, rather than just be just plain gray. So this guy is, he's the classic military Captain Marvel type thing, and you'll see, he's got all these little bits and pieces ready to go, and so so that's it. So that's kind of what I've been doing this week, just in between, because I don't want to just sort of spend hours and hours on painting, and I take a long time to paint those. I'll just do like 1 or 2 colors, and I'll come back to it an hour later and do another color or whatever. Might do, 1 or 2 colors on 2 different miniatures, just so that I can, for example, if I'd kept going with this one and this one, I might have done another coat on this, or started shading or something on this while I let the purple on this one dry, so that I could then do the second coat on this one, and have that be closer to being done, so I can shade on that one as well. So we'll see how that goes. I wonder if I don't think I have the character cards for those miniatures with me, so I won't try and look. Anyway, so that's what they look like. That's what I've been doing. What else have I been doing? So I've been playing video games. I was gonna try a few new ones. I got a few new ID Xbox titles, but I've basically been playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Finished the story, now going through, not quite completionist, but making sure I'm doing all the side missions and challenge tombs and things like that, so I can sort of close the chapter on that game and say, as far as I'm concerned, it's done. And so been having some fun with that, but I am feeling that I'm at the end for me, for that game, and so then I'll find something else to play for the weekend. But TV and movies, just 1 or 2 episodes. Haven't really had a lot of time for that stuff, so probably behind on a few things I want to catch up on, so hopefully we'll find some time for that. Working out's been great. I've been sort of doing some pretty intensive workouts when I can, and then taking some time off, and just to sort of taking it in my own stride, just to get it done, and stay healthy and stay fit. So that was good. Board games. Actually played a new game with Ed, Dungeonology. It again, this is a Kickstarter game for us, and it was good, actually. Didn't mind it at all. Probably wouldn't mind some extra players as usual, but in the current climate, this is kind of where we're at. This camera is weird today. It's like trying to keep up with me, but not. But it's kind of moving, but I don't know why it's moving. Sorry about that. But yeah, Dungeonology, 2 to 4 players. You all play these characters adventuring through a sort of randomly generated dungeon, looking for information about a lost civilization. And you basically are trying to collect information cubes in different categories of information about that civilization. And basically the first person to get enough to submit their thesis, because you're a scholar, then kicks off the end of the game, and then you figure out who won and stuff. So it was fun. Took us a little bit to set it up the first time, but I think subsequent playthroughs will be pretty easy to do. It's once you've done it once, it's a very straightforward game. So we'll definitely try that again. But hopefully this weekend we'll try that Starcadia Quest game that those miniatures are from. But the other thing we did this week was last night, actually. We played Floor Plan, which is a game by the guys who do the Welcome to Neighborhood game that we love so much. And with Floor Plan, it's a very simple game, and it's very easy to do remote play or online play, because all everyone needs is a piece of paper with a grid on it, and another piece of paper or something next to the grid, so they can mark off score and some bonus sort of wild abilities, and that's all they need. So we were able to play that with a bunch of people last night. I think there was 7 of us playing, and just created a Zoom meeting. We all just connected in, and everyone shared the video, so we all sort of felt a little bit like we were together. But basically, you get this grid, and someone rolls some dice, and everyone basically tries to create the floor plan of a house based on those dice. And it's things like, if you roll 2 dice, and the 2 dice can be used to create a room of a particular size and type, or can add features to the house, like furnishings or doors or windows, trees, things like that, so that you can create a complete floor plan based on some customer requests. And as soon as the first person's done 6 customer requests, then the game ends and you figure out your score. And it's a very simple structure or set of rules to play. As I said, very easy to play over Zoom. So definitely something to consider. And they have a print and play version that you can download. And so everyone could download the rules if they wanted. One person can download the rules and just convey them. There's a couple of things that might be good for everyone to have, be able to see, like the different types of wild abilities that you have, and just have a handy reference key for what you can do with the different numbers on the dice. But even with that, you can say, the person who rolls the dice let's say they roll a 2 and a 3, you can say, well, you can draw a room that's 2 by 3 squares that can either be a washroom or a bedroom, or you can draw 2 doors and 3 windows. And so because it's very easy to actually say, this is what you can do this turn, you don't really necessarily even need that reference, except when you play wildcards, because wildcards allow you to do things like change one of the numbers. And so let's say you were trying to get windows, and no one was rolling a 3. You could maybe at one point say, well, I'm going to change one of the numbers to be a 3 so I can finally draw these windows. And so that allows you to, that's the one little thing that might be a bit tricky to do without a reference card in front of you, but it's easy to actually, as I said, download and print and play. If you don't have a printer, just have that piece on reference on a screen or on a phone or something. And other than that, it's just everyone just connect in. Zoom, Teams, if Teams works for you, Google Hangouts, whatever it is, to just come together and socialize and play something like that. So that was a lot of fun for us to do. This week, I'm on Thursday of this week, and I've got the rest of today and Friday off, and so I'm back at work on Monday. Looking forward to getting back into my, back with my team and doing some planning work post the other events that we've just been doing. But definitely appreciating having the time off, and hopefully get some sleep tonight and start catching up on that. And I think Ed's waiting for me to go work out, so I think I will end the video now and maybe talk to you guys next week.